Hi there, welcome to update 3 of 2012. As you can see, Missy's back home, which is great news. Everything's healing as well as can be expected, and later today the vet will be coming to take her stitches out. The antibiotics are finished, the anti-inflammatories are finished, so fingers crossed now really. Other than that, there hasn't been a huge amount happen this week, so I thought I'd do something a bit different and film the kind of equipment I use and the routines I use to get ready in winter when we go out hacking in the cold, and take you to the racecourse at Groenendael, which is being demolished at the moment, and show you a little bit what's going on there. I mean, it's a piece of history that's disappearing, which I think is very sad. This week's video is brought to you courtesy of Lord Newcastle Stables. They're a livery and training yard here in Hoylaart, which is just on the outskirts of Brussels. And if you're in the market for full livery or for training on either your own or their horses, I'd be delighted if you went and looked at their website, the details of which will be at the bottom of this video. Thank you, hope to see you next week. I just thought I'd show you a bit of my winter management regime. As you can see, William's just come out of the stable. Obviously, when you're getting them ready in winter to go out walking, it's really important they don't catch cold. William's fully clipped at the moment, so he could catch cold really quickly, especially as today it's bloody freezing. So I bring him into the preparation room. You can see he's such a cheerful soul. He's still got all his rugs on. That is an outdoor rug, but it's what I keep on him all the time, and he has an under rug as well. So first things first, I bring him in. There's his tail. If I'm going to put detangler in, which I do 2-3 times a week to keep the tail protected, I put it. That's the first thing I do. Then pick out the feet, as you can see, evidence. And then on pretty much a daily basis, I slap on some natural animal feeds, hoof moist, inside and out. See, shiny toes. Hang on, there you go. And I'm quite generous, you know, really make sure it gets into all the old nail holes around the current nails and right up at the top of the hoof as well. It doesn't matter if the hairs get a bit covered as well. As you can see, I leave them fully feathered in winter, especially him. He's got white socks on all 4 feet, and it's just, you know, it's so much hassle. If you take the hair off, almost immediately I find you start having problems with mud fever. My horses that keep going in the field in the winter, they go out hacking, they go through mud. You know, yes, it doesn't look as elegant as it might, but it's just not worth the hassle. Mud fever is such a pain in the neck. They get swollen legs, scabs, infections. It's just not worth it. So, you know, yeah, his legs are a bit fluffy when we go out and do dressage, but never mind, you know, the judge will live. So, as you can see, that gets done first. Then I'll brush his head. I'll fold back the neck section, brush his mane. I don't brush his tail every day, because that just breaks the hairs. The detangler helps keep it tangle and mud free, so that when I do brush it, you know, I can get a brush through it within half an hour. But generally, if we go for a lesson or schooling, I'll do it. I find he swishes his tail so much when I groom him that all the straw falls out anyway. So yeah, I'll take the neck back, brush his mane, and then I'll start grooming him, and I'll try and get that done as quickly as possible. Keep rugs over the bit of him I'm not doing, so either the front end or the back end, and then start tacking up at the last minute. Oh, that's another thing I'll do. I'll put his boots on. They're over in the corner there. You can see them. Just an ordinary set of tendon boots. Those will go on before his rugs come off as well. Everything so that, you know, we can get going as fast as possible. So there we go. Right, we're ready to go out now. I just need to pop his bridle on. As you can see, essential winter walking riding kit. That's a polypad exercise rug he's got on. I find they're very good. Nice reflective strip at the back. I just pop an anti-slip pad next to the skin and underneath them, because otherwise I find the saddle and the pad can go back a bit. He's also got a breastplate on. Essential winter riding kit would also be a neck strap if he didn't have a breastplate. Certainly with Missy it was essential. He's got his Tolga cross-country saddle on there. if he's in full work and I'm just walking him, I do sometimes use the dressage saddle, but seeing as he's quite lively at the moment, I feel a damn sight safer in the cross-country saddle. As you can see, I've also got a sheepskin seat saver on it, also essential in winter. And yeah, he's got his boots on, so he's safe. If it was really muddy, I'd probably knot his tail as well, so that it was about hock height, maybe a bit higher. And then just to protect it from the mud. I'm also kitted out, you can't see me, but I've got winter fleece lined chaps on. I've got a really thin headscarf on under my hat so that my ears keep warm. Several layers, something that's a bit like a scarf but hasn't got any floaty bits around my neck, because winter walking is a chilly occupation, it must be said. So anyway, there we go, ready to go out, and yeah, I'll show you a bit of the racecourse next. Right, here we are on Groenendael racecourse. We're at one end of it, there's a short turn. Over there are the grandstands, and behind the grandstands you have the Brussels ring road. And if you go along the far side, parallel to the ring road, apparently that was the only straight mile in Europe. But obviously not anymore. They haven't raced here for a long time now. There's actually a horse over there and someone else doing what I'm doing. I'm just having a look what they're up to. As you can see, it was beautiful. There are people who still come and canter here. I'm always a bit worried just in case of rabbits, because you can see it's surrounded by woods. But anyway, right, let's zoom in on the grandstand. You can see the roof has come down a bit on one side, but on the back side of the grandstand there, I don't know if you can see through the windows, on the back side of the grandstand they're pulling all that down, and there were stables as well that you could have seen through the gap, through the trees there. They've all gone, and the parade ring was about there as well. So you can see along the grandstand. And then there's I think that was where the judges sat, that kind of tower there, and that's really quite old and castle-like and very nice. But I've seen inside it, the floors have completely collapsed. It's a bit of a liability. And then there were more stables to the right there. You can see the motorway lights. There were stables all along there. There was a pony club there for a while as well. So it's all quite sad, really. You know, it had so much potential, this place. I got very ambitious at one point and thought about trying to persuade the government, because this all belongs to the government, that you know, they might want to create an eventing training centre here. But there you go. I'll see if I can get a bit closer and sit and show you the other side of the grandstands where they're pulling everything down. William's very excited. William? Is it William? There's William. William's having a good look at all this grass and open space. He thinks that would be great for that tower I was talking about. Really nice. You know, and everything's just been completely covered in graffiti. Not very steady because I am quite a long way away. Okay. Breaks off. There are all the signs saying don't go on the site. There, that's the back of the grandstand. Like, pile of rubble basically. And that's where the parade ring was. And somewhere through the trees, there are the diggers. There's another one over there. I don't know where he went. Saw him somewhere. So anyway, yeah, there were loads of stables all around the place. I would have thought, I don't know, must be about 200 stables. Oh, there he is. See? Yeah. I just think it's such a waste and really sad. I mean, I know the thoroughbred industry, the racing industry here went bust, but you would have thought there was something that could have been done for these places. You know, some use that could have been found for them. Anyway, there we go. Groenendael Racecourse.